The first big electoral battle post Lok Sabha. India bloc Jolts BJP wins 10 of 13 bypoll seats. Mamata Banerjee's TMC sweeps the Bengal bypolls, winning all 4 seats by a landslide. In Himachal, Congress clinches 2 of the 3 seats. BJP wins 1. In Uttarakhand, Congress was able to win both Badrinath and Mangalore assembly seats. The Aam Aadmi Party secures the Jalandhar West constituency. In Tamil Nadu, the DMK wins the Vikravandi assembly constituency. In Madhya Pradesh, BJP wins the Amarwara assembly seat, while in Bihar, an independent candidate Shankar Singh wins the Rupauli seat. India bloc celebrates bypoll boost. BJP reacts with moral victory jibe. Meanwhile, at first meet post Lok Sabha results, UP BJP vows to win upcoming assembly polls. Overconfidence hurt BJP, said Yogi Adityanath.
कहीं पर जब हम लोग ये मान करके चलते हैं कि आत्मविश्वास में कि हम तो जीत ही रहे हैं, तो स्वाभाविक रूप से वहां पर कहीं न कहीं हमें खामियाजा भी भुगतना पड़ता है.
Organization is bigger than the government, said the Deputy CM Keshav Prasad Maurya. Many speculating, was this a veiled attack on the CM by his deputy? 10 assembly seats are up for polls in Uttar Pradesh soon. It's game on. Top focus on To The Point this evening. Well, it is game on. 7 states bypolls polled, and the results were announced this weekend. Out of that, 13 seats, constituencies, 10 were won by the India Alliance, 1 by an independent, 2 by the Bharatiya Janata Party. Of course, understandably, the India camp elated. However, bypolls really don't reveal much, but if you look at it and train your eyes on the result, you'd see in states like Himachal, in states like Uttarakhand, the Congress has won direct fights with the Bharatiya Janata Party, which might not augur very well for the BJP. On the other hand, for the first time after the Lok Sabha election, viewers, the BJP Working Committee Uttar Pradesh met, and one factor which the Chief Minister gave for not a satisfactory performance in the state of Uttar Pradesh by the BJP was overconfidence. What was interesting as well, you had his deputy say Sangathan was bigger than the Sarkar. Was that a jibe at his own chief minister? Many speculating so. So now 10 seats in Uttar Pradesh are going to go to the bypolls. The date is yet to be announced. What of that? Let's cut across to our political panelists this evening. Joining me, Charu Pragya, National Spokesperson BJP, Dolly Sharma, National Spokesperson Congress, Rajat Sethi, political commentator, Ashutosh, political analyst. Charu Pragya, bypolls at the back of Lok Sabha really don't quite reveal much, and one shouldn't look into them as a trend or something. But one trend that can be established is that the opposition, which is the India Alliance, is on an upswing and winning direct fights with the BJP.
Good evening, Preeti.
Good evening.
I think if we just put aside the seats in the state of West Bengal, and those we must, because those elections have been called out to be heavily rigged, and there have been numerous statements by our own leaders to that accord. I think we have pretty much maintained status quo, and all the seats have been retained by parties who have mostly been on them. In fact, BJP has gained, and if we take a look at the seats state by state, we'll establish just that. In Himachal Pradesh, Congress is in power, yet BJP wins one seat. In Madhya Pradesh, BJP wins the seat which was previously held by Congress, and so on and so forth. In fact, here I would like to draw attention to Uttarakhand as well. Uttarakhand, yes, we lost two seats to the Congress party. One of those seats was one which is known to fluctuate every single year. It alternates between the BJP and the Congress. But the other seat, the Mangalore seat, has seen a lot of communal violence just 2 days after the election results have been announced. And that speaks badly for the demographic and the leadership in that area. That speaks badly for the person who has just won this election, Qazi Mohammad Nizamuddin. And I think the people of the country are keeping a close eye on all of this. And if I can just wrap up by reminding everyone that over here, 9 out of 13 seats were not held by BJP previously. And while we are discussing the bypoll results, we seem to have forgotten the MLC elections in Maharashtra. And MLC elections in Maharashtra, we have done exceedingly well. In fact, if even this time in the MLC elections, Bharatiya Janata Party of the seats, just barring 2.
Well, you held on to what you were supposed to hold on to where the MLC elections were concerned. But Rajat Sethi, would you be that magnanimous to suggest that, it's status quo? We really haven't lost much ground where the BJP comes into question, stated by Charu Pragya. Because if you look at it, look at what's gone down in West Bengal. It's okay to brush it past and say, oh, it's because the elections there are rigged. When you won the last time around, the number of seats that the BJP won, Charu Pragya, it wasn't rigged, right? So it can be rigged in a certain state and not rigged in a certain state. One doesn't quite understand that. But Rajat Sethi, there is now cause for concern, especially in Uttar Pradesh, something which was admitted even, by the working committee.
See, I don't think Charuji meant what you are saying, but largely the results of these bypolls have largely been a status quoist results. There is no doubts about it. Yes, BJP could have ambitiously targeted for all the 12, 13 seats. That would have been the best case scenario. But if you look at the ground picture, yes, the bypolls are largely pro-incumbent elections. Usually speaking, they are also has been status quoist because these were the set of seats that Congress or the Aam Aadmi Party or the TMC were holding. The problem is that is the definition of the India Alliance in the first place. India Alliance is not is no longer there in Punjab. It is no longer there in Delhi. I mean, it was never there in Punjab in the first place. It is not even there in Delhi now. Trinamool Congress never officially participated and called itself as member of the India Alliance. Yet the media has gotten into a habit of clubbing all the opposition members into this one big block called the India block. This is very, very problematic. I mean, you look at that. I mean, they have not entered into any kind of sharing of the powers pie. If they want to call them in one big block of the India Alliance, by all means do that. But then why don't Aam Aadmi Party free up some ministries for the Congress MLAs? Why don't they do that in Delhi as well? Why does TMC not invite the Congress leaders and make them part of the alliance government in that state? See, this is the problem. You are trying to give muscle where there is none. If you want to put up opposition as one block, do it. But it is unfair.
One second. It's not a figment of the, it's nice to blame the media and say we are doing it.
India block wins.
It is the India block.
Wins.
And if you're saying the TMC never announced itself, 1 second, Rajat Sethi, if you're going to say that the TMC never announced itself as a part of India Alliance officially, you're wrong. 4 days before the results were out, Mamata Banerjee, Rajat Sethi, let me make my point.
Your tickets
Mamata
are wrong.
Banerjee sir, let me make my point. No, before you try and shout me down. Mamata Banerjee on record made a statement saying I'm very much part of the India Alliance. She said it on record 3 days before.
This is wrong. This is factually incorrect.
It's not factually incorrect, sir.
Why did I, Preeti ji, why I'm raising this point? This has been going on and on and on and on for umpteenth time. I'm telling you, she said that if India Alliance forms the government, I will give you outside support. That was the last statement which she made public.
I will, Rajat Sethi, you will stand to be corrected. All right, you will stand to be corrected 3 days before the results were out. What you're quoting happened 10 days when she was in campaign. 3 days before the results were out, when there were speculations, Mamata Banerjee in Kolkata, in her last rally with Kolkata, went to vote, said, I am part of the India Alliance. But having said that, it's not what Mamata Banerjee said. Anyway, I just want to go on.
This is fake news
on
live
television. It's not fake news, sir. She's on record saying it. It's not. No, it's not. No. You're trying to spread a fake narrative right now. Don't do that. I will not allow it on this show. Ashutosh, the sheer fact, if you're going ahead, to suggest that this is this massive upswing for the opposition, or what the India Alliance calls itself, or chooses to call itself, it's a little, getting ahead of ourselves if you look at it. Where, yes, 10 out of 13, but with what Charu Pragya also said, most of them were held by the... I'll come back to you, ma'am. Can I, open up the panel?
I'm just putting a point on what Rajat said, Preeti. I'll be very quick. If you are saying that in West Bengal, it is the Indie bloc, then why is the Indie bloc contesting against itself?
Factually, I'll again fact check you.
It is Congress fighting against the TMC. So it's Indie versus Indie bloc, right?
Factually, it's the India bloc. Fact, now we are going to get into the nitty-gritties of fact check. It's the India bloc. You choose to call it the Indie bloc. It is India. They call themselves India, whether you like it or you don't like it. Whether I like it or I don't like it. Allow me to open up the panel. Ashutosh.
Allow me to correct you though. If TMC is contesting against the Congress, you cannot call it the united opposition. Let's put that fact on the table. This happened in the bypolls in West Bengal.
Okay, ma'am. Fact taken. You're right there. I agree with you, because if you're contesting against the Congress, this point you've got right. You made right. Ashutosh, I want to bring you into this conversation. You might suggest that, yes, the opposition is on this massive upswing of sorts, but most of them, other than, say, Himachal and Uttarakhand, where one can say these were direct fights with the Bharatiya Janata Party, the others is status quo if you look at it.
Preeti, I think, first of all, let me correct my dear friend Rajat Sethi. This is India Today report on 16th May, which says Trinamool part of India bloc. On 15th May, Mamata Banerjee, said, will provide outside support to India bloc. There is no ambiguity on this.
Yes, I also said that.
No. So, Mamata Banerjee has categorically said she is part of India bloc. This is on 16th May. What you said that she will give an outside support, the statement was given on 15th May, 24 hours before. So let's not get into that. The fact of the matter today, I like the brazenness. Brazenness is very infectious. I enjoy that. The fact of the matter is, the contest happened in the 13 seats. Out of 13 seats, BJP could get only 2. Lost in almost 10. One, the Bihar Ropali seat has gone to the independent candidate, defeating BJP and others. What is the issue here in Bengal? Out of the 4 seats, 3 seats BJP had. BJP lost all 3 seats in their own on their own strong pitch. Now in Hamirpur, in Himachal Pradesh, the 3 independents who resigned and contested an election, 2 lost. And they were all supported by the BJP very strongly. In Uttarakhand, 2 seats with the BJP, there is a double engine government. BJP lost. Now, if you reverse if the result has been reversed, out of 13, if the India bloc has lost 10, you could have imagined what kind of narrative was played across the mainstream TV channels. Now, the fact is, BJP could not get majority on its own in 2024 parliamentary elections. 32 seats less than the majority mark. It's a great setback. I'm not saying the BJP is defeated, but it's a great setback. The party which has claimed that they will get 370 seats, 400 seats, exit polls were saying maybe 401. Now, if you get 240 seats and in UP you are routed, it's a rout. I will not use any other word.
All right, Ashutosh, in a way, I'm glad that you've quoted an India Today piece, because if you'd quoted something else, I would have questioned it. And Rajat Sharma, you accused us of peddling a false narrative. What I will do, and if I can do it during the course of this bulletin, we don't have much time, I'll pull out that exact reaction by Mamata Banerjee, where she was asked again. and she made it categorically
To
clear
ask poor
in
Adhir Ranjan
Kolkata
Chaudhary.
that she was
You
a
would be
part
better
of
off
the
asking
India
poor
alliance.
Adhir Ranjan
Sir,
Chaudhary.
who cares about Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary? I don't care about
Yeah,
Adhir
please
Ranjan
do that.
Chaudhary.
No, of course, why not?
I care about
Ask
getting
him
the
the
facts
exact
right
status
on my
of the
show.
alliance. He will
So
tell
don't
you.
sit on my show and try and peddle a false narrative and accuse us of something which we haven't done. That's it. All right. I want to just bring in Dolly Sharma into this conversation. Dolly Sharma, yes, you've done well in the bypolls, but then to maybe get a bit ahead of yourself by suggesting you're going to sweep all 10 when it comes down to Uttar Pradesh, very different bypolls in UP than the Lok Sabha which went down in UP.
See, we are working. In Uttar Pradesh also, we are going places, we are meeting people, we are raising their issues, and we are very sure of that India Bloc will also win in Uttar Pradesh. You wait and watch, you'll see the results, ma'am. India Bloc will win Uttar Pradesh too, very soon.
All right, okay. India Bloc will win Uttar Pradesh too very soon. That's, but, Charu Pragya, I'll bring you back in. The fact is, Charu Pragya, what's the harm in understanding on what went wrong? Now, let's put the picture and the spotlight on the working committee that finally met in UP after what went down in Lok Sabha, which was a less than satisfactory performance by the BJP. And I'm sure at least that you will admit. Even there seemed to be a fair amount of, at least what is being reported, disaffection between the leaders. You've had the CM and the deputy talk in very, very different language.
Absolutely right, Preeti. There is nothing wrong in analyzing why something went right and figuring out why something went wrong. And Bharatiya Janata Party is the first party that does that. We do what we call a Samiksha Baitak, and it happened in Uttar Pradesh. In fact, we take it very seriously, the kind of feedback we get from the ground, and that is one large reason for our continued success. There is no such thing as anti-incumbency. It doesn't matter what people are fielding. But I'd like to come back to a point here. See, let's remember that when you keep saying the opposition won, please don't forget the opposition was fighting against itself. The opposition is fighting against itself, and if they retain a seat, then you cannot call it the united victory of the opposition. If Aam Aadmi Party wins a seat against the Congress, their candidate contesting in Punjab, you have to call it out, Preeti, and that would be, neutral and
Charu Pragya, I'll tell you what. What's interesting is, we can sit here and split hairs. Charu Pragya, we can sit here and split hairs, because I'll tell you what, no, of course, ma'am, and I'll give you ample time. Because exactly a month and a half ago, you would come on the channel and you would call the motley crew of what you call the India Alliance all together, and you said that. Suddenly, because they're performing well, maybe in states where they're facing off against each other, but when it comes down to the BJP, they're fighting it out together on a national front, it doesn't change. You can't shift goalposts within a month's time. But go ahead, ma'am, make your point.
So thank you for allowing me to make my point. Like I said, you've called me to analyze the situation. Let me do that. So no goalpost has been shifted. A month and a half ago, we also said that all the seats of the India Alliance, the non-united opposition put together, were not enough to form the government, right? And that you have to look at. At the end of the day, we have a party which loses some seats, and we want to sit down and analyze what went wrong in an honest and fair manner. And on the other side, we have the opposition, which celebrates a moral victory, and after getting 99 seats, behaves as if it's made the government 5 times in a row. So that, of course, we are allowed to call out. Of course, we are going to remind you that if you call them united, let them not contest against each other. And if they're contesting against each other, we have a whole round of Vidhan Sabha elections again happening this year. Tell me how they are going to go.
Ma'am, it's the wrong person that you're asking on how they're going to go. But yes, at one level, you can't say that the opposition did exceedingly well. They did well. But they did very well in the bypolls. That's something, well, whether you accept or not accept is your call. But Rajat Sethi, to bring you in on the Uttar Pradesh BJP finally meeting and dissecting what went wrong. You had the chief minister who called it overconfidence. You had his deputy who said Sangathan is bigger than the Sarkar. Various murmurs going on, even the BJP unit. Clearly all's not well.
This is where, I will try and contrast the way so-called opposition operates and so-called the setup of the BJP's organization operates. BJP typically, takes defeats, takes feedback on its chin. It goes out, confronts, and people have the freedom to speak their minds in a truly democratic setup. Contrary to this, in the opposition, if it is Aam Aadmi Party, for example, Ashutosh ji, can write a PhD on this topic, that if you were to go out and speak your mind, you're shown the door. If you are in Congress party, that my baap culture of one family is everything, and if you go out and give feedback, you are shunted out the way we've seen a lot of tall leaders who wanted to go out and contest. Of course, Congress has been in a habit of ignoring feedbacks for very, very long time. We have all understood clearly that this relaunching project of Rahul Gandhi has been going on since perpetuity, and will perhaps carry on for another 4 or 5 years till he finally gets groove and is able to challenge the BJP. So far, the situation in Uttar Pradesh is that, yes, there will be surgical sort of assessment on everything that went wrong. 2-3 representatives of the BJP's core organization have been sent to every single Lok Sabha seat. So all 78 odd seats, there have been 2-3 people sent for ground reports. They've spoken to all the kinds of workers of various hierarchy, and they've brought the reports back. And those reports are being studied. What more of a proper feedback system do you expect in the party? And BJP is doing that. And of course, outcomes would come out. Half of it would be discussed publicly, like how a well-breathing organization should do. Unlike what happens closed door discussions on feedback of the opposition party. I have never heard that Congress is trying to analyze or do anything of that.
But Rajat Sethi openly coming out criticizing in feedback where the BJP was concerned before this mandate, at least I haven't heard of it. Maybe you have. But fair point, would you bought in where the opposition comes into question? Jolly Sharma, you wanted to come in for a rebuttal. Please make it quick, ma'am.
Yeah. I am saying that today we've seen the clear difference of opinion between, the chief minister was speaking some different language and the deputy was speaking something else. So it is very much clear that nothing is going good between them. And also, as they said, they were thrown out of Ayodhya, and they will be thrown out in the coming bypolls also. You will wait and watch, because people are fed up of this politics. Now they want their issues to be raised, like the exams, NEET ka paper. Uske baad the BJP, what BJP is doing is they're spreading Brahm, Bhook aur Bhrashtachar. This is what I can say today.
All right, Ashutosh,
they're spreading Brahm, Bhook and Bhrashtachar. This is what we are seeing.
Okay. Ashutosh, is this getting a little ahead of yourself? Because bypolls, where state is concerned, is very, very different on the plank on which Lok Sabha was fought in Uttar Pradesh.
See, what we have to assess is that why the decline of the BJP started. That's a moot point. And the BJP has to do some introspection. Despite Narendra Modi being the most popular leader, despite Amit Shah having control over the organization, if in UP you are reduced to only 33 seats, there has to be some fundamental reasons. It's not that the RBI has come out with the magnificent graph data that 8 crore jobs are created. 8 crore jobs are created in the last 10 years when Modi was the prime minister. Then why every survey has said that unemployment is the biggest issue. And I remember in August 2023, Mood of the Nation survey by India Today, 71% respondent has said that unemployment is a serious issue. 56% has said it's a very serious issue, and partly a serious issue by another 16%. So 72% has said it. The issue is BJP should not be living in denial. BJP is a powerful party, there is no doubt about it. BJP has got a strong cadre, there is no doubt about it. But if you live in denial, to look what the Moti Singh is saying. Moti Singh is saying is the BJP leader in UP कि पिछले 40 सालों में इतना भ्रष्टाचार तो मैंने कभी देखा ही नहीं. Ramesh Misa, another MP is saying what? कि ये तो सेंटर को कुछ करना पड़ेगा. Everybody.
Charu Pragya, I'll add another one. कि अगर बुलडोजर चलेंगे तो हारेंगे ही. This is also coming in from a minister of the BJP UP government.
Well, yesterday I was at another debate where every statement given by a Congress leader was his personal opinion, but every statement given by a BJP leader is considered the opinion of the Bharatiya Janata Party collectively. So let's put that aside. And Ashutosh ji, to answer you, if unemployment is a reason because of which the people of this country are voting, they have still chosen to vote to bring BJP back in power. Yes, we are a young nation, and yes, everybody wants jobs. And not like jobs have not been created. PPF data, loan data to start new businesses, it proves otherwise. But even if there is an issue on which the electorate is bending and voting towards, they put their faith behind Prime Minister Modi's leadership, and nobody can deny that.
All right. Okay. I've run out of time. I appreciate all four of you for joining us. The date.
10 seconds.
Sir, 5 seconds, sir. 5 seconds. Go ahead. Okay.
I'm not saying Modi is not a charismatic leader. I'm only saying that the decline has started. It's a setback for the defeat.
That's it. Okay. We're going to end it there. Yeah. Appreciate all of you for joining us. The date for the UP bypoll till now haven't been decided, but things are getting interesting. It's game on.